Welcome back to Dmac Mad Gaming. I'm your host Dmac, and here we believe game is a lifestyle, not a hobby. And I came across a really interesting article. This article kind of blew my mind, so I decided to do a video on it because I thought I was reading it wrong. This article was stating how sensory origin was being used in a school setting to teach students about ancient Egypt. I was like, gotta be playing, and this happened in Montreal, Canada. Yes, Montreal, Canada. I guess some teachers in Montreal, Canada was playing Assassin's Creed Origin and it was like, wow, this is a great recreation of ancient Egypt. I would love to use this game to teach my students about ancient Egypt. Because from the textbooks alone, they're not retaining the information. Maybe this will be a great visual aid to help them retain the information more. And trust me, I know about history and about retaining information from them history lessons you had in class. They're rough. I mean, it's hard to retain the information without any visual aid. So they decided that this game would be a good visual aid for their students to learn about ancient Egypt. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm sure you're thinking, really? Assassin's Creed Origin? That's a mature game. There's a lot of blood and violence and gore in that game. They can't show that game in a school setting. That's what I was thinking. But as I read the article, some things happened where it was used, and it was used in an experiment in Montreal. It blew my mind. So let's get back to the article. So basically, I guess some teachers from Montreal was playing Assassin's Creed Origin, and they seen how great the recreation of ancient Egypt was. They wanted to actually show it in their classroom to teach the students about ancient Egypt because they thought that the students weren't retaining the information well just with textbooks alone. So I guess they tried doing it themselves, removing a lot of the mature content out of the game and leaving part of the game that was only talking about the history of ancient Egypt. They didn't do it well, and I guess they got fed up and they kind of sent an email to Ubisoft to respond. And we all know Ubisoft is a big history buff. A lot of their games have great detail in how they make their games when it comes to historical events and history. Look at the Renaissance in Italy in that Assassin's Creed game, or the Imperial China, or the French Revolution. Very detailed. They recreated them historical events to the T. They always been good at that. They're history buffs when it comes to the gaming world. And I guess they felt like this was a challenge for them because they accepted it. And they worked on this new product for 3 years and a half. And they call it the Discovery Tour. And they had some help. They collabed with some historians and some Egyptologists to get the best recreation of the version of Assassin's Creed Origin for teaching purposes as best they could. And I guess they did well because they got the attention of a professor in Montreal. I guess a professor at the Montreal University in Montreal, Toronto, because he wanted to see in the study which one will help students retain information more: traditional learning with textbooks and a teacher, or this new game that Ubisoft created for teachers in a school setting, the Discovery Tour. And so I guess Ubisoft said, "Let's do it." And so the professor went to Montreal and went to 9 areas in Montreal to collect 330 high school students in Montreal for the study. And he divided 330 students up into 2 groups. One group will learn the traditional way with a teacher and textbooks, and the others will play the Discovery Tour that Ubisoft created for teachers to present in a school setting to teach the schools about historical events like ancient Egypt. And the results were real interesting. As always, a teacher that interacts with the students is always going to learn more than someone that's being put in front of something and learning something on their own. But the scores was not that big of a difference. So the students that learned the traditional way with a teacher and textbooks, 54% of the students retained the information. But check this out. Those who participated in the study and played the Assassin's Creed Origin new version of the game, Discovery Tour, scored 45% of the students retained the information. And this blew the professor's mind. This blew my mind just by reading this. What? They retained the information? Go ahead, kids. Way to go. A win for gaming. So 45% of the students retained the information. And the professor thought, wow, he didn't expect that from playing a video game. Video games are a great visual aid. Allow students to see things that they wouldn't be able to see in the real world when it comes to historical events or history in general. So I thought that was an amazing idea. And that was awesome. I was like, go ahead, Ubisoft. Go ahead, Ubisoft. That was amazing. So the question that I'm thinking to myself, I'm sure you guys thinking, Could this be a new way of teaching students about history or any other type of subject at school? Could gaming be a school a tool for teachers to use to help students retain more information, do better on tests, and retain information better to be prepared for the real world? This is something that could happen, and I think that is amazing. I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think this is a truly new innovation that could change how we learn from now on in the future? Or you think it's just too soon? Or you think that them students already knew the information, they just was playing a game to have fun that day and then went on the test? I love to know all your thoughts, no matter if they're negative or positive. Let me know in the comment sections below. Do you think this is something that we should look further into, put some funds up to research it more, or do you think it's something that doesn't need any research in because it's not going to help students retain information better? This was a one-time test, and maybe the students got lucky or not. Or maybe they were bright kids and they already been studying it, and the game just reinforced what they learned from the textbooks. I would love to know your guys' thought in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for staying to the end of the video. Make sure you hit that like button, it helps out the channel a lot, and smash that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when I upload more videos on Dmac Mad Gaming. And as always, keep gaming. You just got to watch Dmac Mad Gaming. I'm out.